Hello, good evening, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video on the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. I wanted to talk about Memphis, Shelby County Sheriff's Office is investigating three shootings in 12 hours. Okay. Were they related? I don't know. But when they're in close proximity like that and they were all out in the county, I'm sure they probably was.
Three shootings in three different parts of the county. The most recent attack happened this morning in a neighborhood off Hacks Cross Road. The other shootings happened in the Raleigh area. WREG's Jarita Patterson has reaction from a man who witnessed the aftermath.
Monday morning, there was the soothing sound of wind chimes, but Sunday afternoon, there was a much different sound.
That's the only thing I heard, that it was some shooting down there.
David Willis lives along Grand Cedar Lane, just off Egypt Central, an area right on the line between the city and the county. He has heard and seen a lot.
You got little kids crossing the street, try to catch the bus every day, and then early in the morning, you got people coming out here like they drag racing and stuff like that.
Around 4:30 p.m., heavy law enforcement caught the attention of Mr. Willis.
Me, I'm nosy, so when I walked down there, I seen maybe 30, 40 police. They were down there, had it taped off down there.
Proud, in fact, to be a nosy neighbor. Mr. Willis goes on to say you can never have too many ears or eyes, in fact, looking out for what he considers a tight-knit community. An investigation was launched.
I know they was looking over in the bushes over there.
There was no shooting victim here. As detectives say, the critically injured man was taken by private vehicle to the hospital. About an hour later, and less than 5 miles away, things were deadly for a man who was shot here along Wagon Hill Road East, just off Raleigh-Millington Road. And then early Monday morning, just before 5 o'clock, more deputies were called here to Meadowvale Lane off Hacks Cross Road. Evidence markers were laid out, upwards of 40. These markers may indicate the number of shots fired. Neighbors looking on in disbelief. Fortunately, the victim in this case is expected to be okay. The person shot, some neighbors say, may have been attempting to burglarize cars. A lot of violence with a lot of unanswered questions.
They need more Jesus in their life.
For your news leader in Shelby County, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
Deputies were still looking for those responsible in each case. If you know anything that could help detectives, call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CAT.
Okay, those were all out in the county within 12 hours. I'm sure that they probably were, related. Yeah, it probably was related. With them all being in close proximity, around the county and being so close. Hey, I think that is sad. As soon as somebody does something, what's happening is they're going and they're retaliating, right? Unfortunately, one person lost their life. They said when they got to one of the scenes, the person was a DOA. So it's just, we're coming close to the end of the summer, right? Or we we're coming closer to the end of the summer, and until they do something, until they put something in place to ensure that this crime stops, and it's going to take more than just the police and the the lawmakers. It's going to take the community. It's going to take people being involved in their loved ones affairs, because a lot of these shootings are happening by young adults and teenagers, right? So parents are definitely going to have to get involved, but lawmakers, police officers are just law enforcement officers, right? They can only enforce what the laws that are already on the books. They don't make the laws. What's going to have to happen is a lot of people are we're going to have to come together and learn government and who can help to enforce tougher laws. And it's the lawmakers, such as the congressmen, the senators. We got to look at the governors. These are the people that we have to hold their feet to the fire as long as they can keep us. Looking at the police, who are just law enforcers, right? And they point the finger at them, the law enforcers. A lot of times, the judges and the DA make sure that there are laws that are on the books to ensure that the DA has to do their job and there are no loopholes. Don't leave it at anybody's discretion. This is what you get. This is what will happen when you commit this crime, right? So a lot of games are being played, and they say they want to clean up the streets. They don't, because if they wanted to, they could. They could. One thing I do know is that these Negroes don't want to go to jail. They don't. So if you start if you start ensuring that there are tougher laws, they commit these crimes, start putting tougher laws on the book and enforcing them, we'll start to see a change. Not unless you got somebody that's just mentally ill. You can't stop them anyways, right? But anyways, that's sad. I hope the other two people, one was in critical. I think they said one was in non-critical, whatever, but my heart goes out to them, and my heart definitely goes out to the family of the person that lost their life. I don't know what that was about, but all I know is what they're going to have to do is make the laws tougher, okay? And when people say, well, why she want the laws to be tougher? Listen, I don't want killers in my neighborhood, okay? I understand, people have issues with me saying that because they're the ones out committing the crime. They want to be able to go and rob and kill and all of that and get a pass. They don't want no repercussions as it relates to that. But I work hard for my stuff. I don't want nobody, thinking that they can just walk up into my house and get a free pass and burglarize my house, or I go to the gas pump and somebody walking up to me trying to rob me at the gas pump, and then they feel like they can do it and just get away with it. I don't want those types of people out. Okay, I know a lot of you that look at my channel, that be trolling, not my main people. You troll my channel. You don't like for me to say that because that's me throwing salt on your game, because that's what you do. You like to rob, rape, and kill, right? And you like to mess with the little girls and get away with it, bitch. But I want you in jail, okay? And I think that the lawmakers, we need to either make them do what is necessary, because see, as long as they keep us looking at the police director, they understand that we're going backwards, and we're able to vote them back into office, and they do nothing. Because crime pays, right? They don't care. It's not their community. But we start putting people, removing them and giving other people's their job, voting other people in. I bet you see some change. It won't be no games played, okay? And then these criminals will get some act right. I mean, either they, gonna act right on the outside, go get their asses a damn job, or they could sit on the other side of the wall and rot for life, okay? That's just how I feel about it. Anyway, y'all, I want to also talk about down in New York. They say drill rapper Nate Benz arrested in massive NYPD gang takedown. Okay. Hold on. It says the NYPD Gun Violence Suppression Division executed a massive pre-dawn raid in the Bronx on July 31st. Over 30 gang members were arrested and charged with 176 felony counts. 18-year-old aspiring drill rapper Nate Benz, pictured above, was the most prominent gangbanger arrested. Benz's real name, Nadine Asamoah, is a gang leader and trigger puller. Benz and other members of the Slattery gang, is it Slattery or it's Slattery gang, are accused of terrorizing their Bronx neighborhood. Nate Benz raps about unaliving ops on Jail Freestyle, her first track since being released from jail in March. Oh, she's a woman. That's a lady. Oh my God. I didn't know. It says, I'll let it flock because I'm loving the sound. Give a F if his mother around. Me and bro too deep trying to put him down. Spot him. We got him. He unalived on the ground. Okay? Every single drill rap song is exclusively about taking out the ops, and it's usually disparaging, disgraceful, if you will. Assistant Chief Jason Savino said they describe the way individuals fall when they're shot. They describe individuals as they're laying there, really clinging on to their life, and disparaging remarks and really mocking the opposing gangs. One by one, unrepentant gang members were perked, walked in front of news cameras. The age of suspects ranges from 16 to 26 years old. It says several women were arrested, including a suspect who was 8 months pregnant. "I love you, babe," she shouted to her gangbanger boyfriend. When Fox 5 reporter Lisa Evers asked if a suspect is a trigger puller, the suspect replied, "I don't pull no triggers. The only thing I pull is your mother." Lord Jesus. When you look at these videos, there is no remorse, there is no regret. Chief Savino says they are absolutely firing bullets without remorse, regret, and without regard for anybody that's around. Chief Savino called the suspect some of the worst gangbangers he has ever seen. The investigation, which began last July, was accelerated possibly because Vice President Kamala Harris will accept the nomination as the Democratic National Convention in Chicago this month. Harris, a former prosecutor, is known to be tough on gang crime.
Well, now to an exclusive you'll see only right here on Fox 5.
We were there, and the only TV crew along for what police called the takedown of some of the most violent gang members they've ever seen.
All right, Lisa Evers joins us now with her exclusive look with the NYPD. Lisa.
Well, Stephen, Natasha, we had that firsthand look at how the NYPD is bringing alleged gang members who terrorized their own community to justice. And now the Bronx DA says they've been charged in a 176-count felony indictment.
Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that?
We're here at a secret undercover location in the Bronx where NYPD detectives are getting ready to launch a manhunt for nearly 24 gang members wanted for serious felonies, including murder. It's a Lisa Evers exclusive. It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission. Their mission? Stopping the reign of terror caused by teens, young men, and a few women who engage in running gun battles with their opposition or ops at all hours of the day and night, no matter who's in the way, right in their own community.
These cases are the single most impactful reason that shootings trend downwards.
The targets are 20 members of the Slattery gang based out of Slattery Playground in the Fordham section of the Bronx.
If you come around from 2 on, that's when it fills up with all the gangs.
Investigators say they're responsible for more than a dozen shootings and attempted murders.
It's almost like they were competing with each other to see who could shoot more times.
The Slattery crew, also known by other names like Slaughtery and S-Block, allegedly took aim at their main opponents or ops, other young people, for no good reason. Investigators say the hatred is fueled by inflammatory disses about murdered ops and drill raps posted on social media. That's aspiring drill rapper Nate Benz, who police say is one of the gang leaders. The average age of the case subjects is 20. Teen girls are trigger pullers too, like the shooter in this video, says Deputy Inspector Craig Edelman.
They're shooting at each other with the yellow school bus filled with kids in between them.
Making the community safe again is their passion and purpose. For Takedown leader, Detective Brandon Ravello, it's personal. This is where he grew up. A lot of the subjects are wanted for being active trigger pullers, so they're asking us to put on these bulletproof vests before we go out to the locations once the manhunt gets underway. We're on the highway now as part of the caravan going to the first destination. These detectives know exactly who they are looking for because all of the subjects in this case have been pre-indicted by a Bronx grand jury. Officers go into the building, every detail and movement planned in advance. Right now, the detectives are inside the building, going into the apartment where they have a search warrant to apprehend the suspect. Sergeant Christopher Neal is in constant communication with team members, making sure everyone gets in and out safely.
In recent history, we've seen that impact takedowns or takedowns of this magnitude have a profound impact on the community.
What's going on here?
I love you, babe.
A female suspect who's 8 months pregnant is brought out in handcuffs from an apartment. What's going on? Why did they pick you up?
We are here executing a search warrant on Theobald Avenue in the Bronx in regards to a drive-by shooting that happened in a public school playground.
Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark announced a 176-count conspiracy indictment against the alleged gang members for everything from attempted murder to robbery and weapons possession. More than a dozen guns were recovered, including some from the takedown.
We're going to stay at this no matter what, no matter how long it takes. We are laser focused on making sure that we keep the public safe.
They are absolutely firing bullets without remorse or regret and without regard of anybody that's around.
This is one of the most violent crews that I've seen. You made our streets, our communities into a battlefield, and there's no excuse for that.
The team members believe their efforts are a step forward in making people feel safe again.
Today, I think, is a victory for the community. Anytime you have a gang that claims a territory inside of a park where children play, it has all the potential for tragedy.
So you're not a trigger puller?
No, I don't pull no triggers.
Now, as bad as it looks, all the defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Keep in mind that everyone accused in this case is under the age of 25. Many of them are just 20 years old or less. And the defendants are found guilty of these crimes. If that happens, they could spend more than a decade, sometimes 2 decades behind bars. That's the latest. Back to you guys.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know, I'm sure they had it coming. Okay. We saw video of them just letting out rounds in broad daylight with children in the park. Don't care about who they knocked down, no kids, no nothing, okay? Them Negroes did act a damn ass when they brought them out. Oh, they was hollering and screaming. Probably not because they was arrested, but because they woke them up. That's probably what they was mad at. They woke them up out their sleep, okay? Because they normally sleep all day and terrorize at night. So, but hey, Memphis need to, do something similar, okay? I listen, I don't have no empathy for a damn terrorist, okay? And a lot of these people are just terrorizing their neighborhoods, okay? It's one thing if somebody is out selling weed. I don't agree with it because I don't smoke. I never have smoked any weed or anything like that. But I mean, that's different than being out crimes against persons. Especially when they're the violators. I don't have no empathy for people like that. Kiss my ass. I know people be getting mad at me about that, and kiss my ass still, okay? But anyways, Memphis need to get on that tip too, because that's the only way, and not just put on a show and arrest them, and then they getting back out the next day. That's an oxymoron. That's wasting taxpayers' money. But to arrest them and make sure that they ass to sit in there and have enough time to think. So when they finally do get out, they're going to go, I can't go back and do 8 years. I can't go back and do 8 years no more. I don't want to. Not unless they just have a fetish for being in jail around them damn men. I mean, some of them might enjoy the 8, okay? Or the 10 or the 15. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that, okay? I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe if you would like to support the channel. You could definitely support the channel via Cash App.